Shadows of Self takes the cowboy romp that we loved from the Alloy of Law and blends it into the epic that we're used to from the original Mistborn trilogy. And it was awesome. I know that Brandon Sanderson is most well known for his magic systems, and don't get me wrong, they're great, they really are. I feel like we get so caught up in how awesome his magic systems are that we don't talk enough about how awesome his characters are. And personally, I love his characters. It's so hard for me not to talk about Brandon Sanderson when I do my favorite character videos. I'm pretty sure that 3 of the 7 in the female protagonist video that I did were all Sanderson characters. Having said that, there's always that one character that I just don't like or rubs me the wrong way in his books, and in the Alloy of Law, that was Wayne. I didn't understand why people said that Wayne was so cool and all this stuff, because he just was more annoying to me. However, from the very first point of view that we get from Wayne in the Shadows of Self, something was different. I don't know, but I loved Wayne in this book. Similarly, Steris was another one that I liked her as a character, but I didn't like her. In Alloy of Law, I was definitely shipping Wax and Marassi. Waxy, but now I kind of like Wax and Steris together, which surprised me a lot. Another character that really stood out for me was Milan. Whether you like her or not, you can't deny that she did some really cool stuff when it came to character building for all of the other characters. Anytime that she was in a scene, she interacted with our original main cast from Alloy of Law in a way that we haven't seen before. Specifically, I want to point out the conversation between Milan and Marassi about the place of women in society. That conversation brought out a lot of Marassi's point of view that we were kind of getting bits and pieces of up to that point, but didn't get a full picture until Milan challenged Marassi's behaviors. This scene really gave Marassi a lot more dimension that, to be honest, I felt like she had lacked in the Shadows of Self up to that point. A very similar thing happened with Wayne, where most people don't take him very seriously, but Wayne and Milan talking back and forth, Milan realized that Wayne actually is pretty smart. And I really appreciated that, because as a reader, seeing into Wayne's mind, you can see that a lot more than maybe Steris can, for example. And it was nice to have another character really point out some of the things that Wayne was doing well, instead of just kind of dismissing Wayne all the time, which is kind of how a lot of the other characters treat him. Oh, I still have the Alloy of Law behind me. Mistborn Era 2 in general moves faster than Mistborn Era 1 did, and I really appreciate it. I loved Mistborn Era 1, but I think just maybe after getting burnt out from the Wheel of Time, I'm just enjoying faster paced books right now. The one complaint I have about the structure of the story is the lack of connection between Shadows of Self and Alloy of Law. The Alloy of Law left a lot of things undone, and the Shadows of Self mostly just left them undone. To me, it didn't really feel like the overall plot of Shadows of Self really tied into the Alloys of Law. And I think in general, I would have liked if the things that were left over from the Alloy of Law were pursued a little bit more, even if just in subplots. I expect that the next book will connect those two plot lines a little bit better. I think I would have appreciated that connection being a little bit more profound in the Shadows of Self. Shadows of Self had a more epic feel to it than the Alloy of Law. Instead of a small-time plot, Wax's influence on the world seemed to kind of expand. I'm starting to get Chosen One vibes, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but in the end, honestly, I trust Brandon Sanderson. He's done a really good job with the Mistborn series so far, and I'm not going to complain too much about it at this point until I know for sure. There's also an expansion on the magic and a very epic reveal in the epilogue that I'm really excited about. I have 2 leftover questions. Maybe I missed it, but did they just leave Steris's dad in hiding somewhere, just hanging out waiting for them to tell him it's safe? And then along with that, there was a line about going after Wax's father that just nothing ever happened with that. So I'm just kind of wondering what that's about. I already talked about this first prediction. I think that our two major plot lines of Edwarn and Harmony are going to collide. Number 2, there was a throwaway line that Wax thought he saw Vin sometimes in the mists. So I think that Vin is going to make an appearance in either book 3 or book 4, but since we're making predictions, I'm going to commit book 3. With the next book being called Bands of Mourning, I think we're going to get a closer look into the terrorist side of the world, specifically probably Wax's heritage. Number 4, I think we're going to see some more huge world changes like we did in Era 1. Harmony mentioned that he made some mistakes when he fixed the world. So I think that Harmony might make some changes, and I don't really know exactly what Harmony is capable of. But with that epilogue reveal, and last, because I don't remember what happened with Steris and Merassi's dad, I'm just gonna say that he's dirty. Can't get enough of the Cosmere. Click the card to check out more of my Cosmere videos. And as always, thank you guys for liking this video and subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next adventure.